Hello, everybody. You can call me Hunch. And if you know me, you know that for the last year and a half, maybe 2 years, I've been a stacks bull. I still may be a stacks bull, but I think I'm changing my time horizon way out near the Bitcoin halving. My thesis has been that Bitcoin is going to run before the Bitcoin halving. It is doing that. It's not at all-time highs, which I said it. I think it could be. Still could be, but I'm not sure. Maybe we have a massive December rally. Who knows? But, you know, Stacks has been kind of this love-hate relationship for me lately. I'm going to talk about it a little bit, what I've been saying on X about like how everything's running, except Stacks. But anyway, let's dive on in. Maybe I'll give you some thoughts during it, but this is going to be pretty straightforward. So if you haven't seen my tweets lately, I've been all about TRAC, not so much Stacks, which is an ordinal BRC20 coin. So I said, I want to believe in Stacks, but this performance is absolutely terrible when everything else is pumping. And that includes the projects under it, right? So Alex, Arcadico. Now, if you look at Solano, I'm sure all the projects under that are absolutely ripping for no reason other than Solano is ripping, right? And Avalanche is ripping. And the gaming coins under Avalanche are probably ripping. I made a video maybe like a year and a half ago, actually, about a Stacks game that apparently never came out, right? Okay, and then what else I have trouble with is, and I said this the other day. Let's see if I can find it on here. Here we go. Maybe it's this one. It says, until Nakamoto remains sleeping, I tend to agree. Why shaken? I know it's still early. But this is my response to that. You know, the opportunity cost is mounting up. I don't think you can deny that statement, right? The opportunity cost, right? So what does that mean? That means by holding Stacks, you're literally missing out on the other things. Now, if you're staking Stacks and getting Bitcoin, maybe not so much. At least you have some exposure to Bitcoin through that. But seriously, the opportunity cost is brutal. And I think that's something that everyone's going to have to contend with, right? And you know, I just want to be honest with everybody. Like, I've always told everyone what I thought. Like, I don't want to just pump bags, right? This is not financial advice, all theoretical money. And I used to be a Bitcoin maxi, and even in the face of other face-ripping rallies from other coins, I stayed a Bitcoin maxi, and that was a huge mistake. So I don't want to make that same mistake again with Stacks, right? So, oh God, it always does this, like, little ad. So I'm going to try to reload this, right? Okay, so this is the Stacks chart. And to me, you know, some may see something bullish, you know. I see a bear flag, honestly. So, you know, I think there's good potential that we go even further down, to be honest with you. Oh, this is Seagate? Oh, my God. No wonder I see a bear flag. Let's see if this is the same. That's hilarious. Okay, I don't see a bear flag, okay? I see consolidation. But it doesn't change what I'm saying here. So maybe we'll go like this for a while, right? And we'll bounce around here. Okay, if we break down, not good. You know, people will draw things like this. When breakout, you know what I mean? And it's like, oh, look, a huge wedge. Even if that is a huge wedge, we got a long way to go, okay? Now, I don't know what's going to happen with Stacks. All I know is that opportunity cost is painful. And if it's not painful for you, you know, I don't think you're human. But I know it's a little bit painful. So, you know, I have taken to feeling like I want to invest in something like, right, here we go, Celestia, right, which has huge momentum, right? If you look at the 30-day, like, this is just pumping ridiculous, right? And I don't know anything about Celestia, but what I do know is that it's showing me signs that if we do enter a full-on fledged bull market, right, you know, and there's a chance that if we enter a bull market, Stacks may fly because it's a beta of Bitcoin, right, a high beta. I used to say that. Maybe it's an alpha. Maybe it's like going to go in the opposite direction of Bitcoin. I have no idea. But the opportunity cost of holding Stacks over something like this, which is pumping, which is like a relatively same or lower market cap than Stacks, is mounting up rapidly. So I'm not saying give up on Stacks. Everything is a personal decision. But to me, it's really, really mounting up. And that's all I want to say about that. I think the fundamentals are good, but like SBTC can't ship. Leather, which used to be Hero Wallet, still does not have an iOS app. Let me repeat what I'm saying to you. Leather, the main wallet for Stacks, does not have an iOS app. There are some serious red flags going on here. And, you know, maybe I sound a little bipolar. Oh, Stacks is this. Oh, Stacks is not this. But that's because Stacks is making me feel like that. Like I've been, you know, I'm a relatively stable person. I have a job. I'm married, right? So, yeah, maybe everyone has a little bipolar. But, like, this thing is making me bipolar, okay? So, anyway, I want to go on to talk about TRAC, okay? And in this tweet, I'm saying how to get Unisat points to swap. The cell system is straight garbo. So if you know TRAC, it's an ordinals. I get it on unisat.io, okay? If you don't know what unisat.io is, go check it out. You can connect your Xverse wallet. You can use a Unisat wallet, OKX wallet, I think. It's straight garbo. Now, buying is great. Selling, though, it's like you got to inscribe, and then you got to pick a price, and then it's like, oh, my God, bro. Like, give me the recommended price, and I'll go higher or lower. Like, I can't convert sats to dollars, okay? Like, it's literally crazy. And you know, I'll go over there and show you what it is, okay? Just real quick, all right? So here's Unisat, right? And if you want to sell, bro, it's like honestly just straight garbo, okay? So we'll track, okay? We'll go here, we'll go trade, okay? And then okay, so here's all some prices. That's all. You click My BRC, you connect your wallet. After you connect your wallet, it doesn't say sell, right? You can click your tokens. It says like inscribe, okay? Which, you know, that's why I'm not a dev. I'm sure there's a reason for that, right? It's not like a EVM smart contract chain or so on and so forth. But it needs to be better, right? Buying is great. Buying is fantastic. And this is what I said when I was criticizing Stacks in the beginning. Buying is great. Selling is straight garbo. Like I say it here. Like that is the truth. Like it is straight garbo, okay? There is no normies. And yeah, maybe degens will, when the bull market comes in, will push this thing extraordinarily high. But like for normal people with normal processing brains who have families and go to work and do all like it's straight garbo. Like and I will always criticize things that I love because I want them to be better in the long term, right? I think that's a better way to do it than just like being concerned about the short term, right? Which is what Ethereum did. They're thinking about the short term, and they become a test net. Yeah, they have a few better bull markets, but they end up becoming a test net for Bitcoin. So let's go on here. What else did I do? Okay, so now let's talk about TRAC, which is my favorite ordinals BRC. So I watched this whole video, or most of the video, on with Benny, with this guy, Mark Jeffrey. I don't know who this is, Mark Jeffrey. But he talked to Benny the Dev, which is the creator of the TRAC ecosystem. Right, and this guy, he had some good questions. He's like, yeah, with Chainlink, you know, you have to pay the nodes in Chainlink to verify the data or the stuff that comes into the Oracle, which gives you a price feed, which gives you whatever, which is interesting, okay? It's like a cache for that system. It's like its own little nation of oracles, okay? I think that's interesting. Maybe it does some, I think they're going to do staking in the future, and then it's also governance, and I think it's like one or two other things. Okay, whatever the case. It has some utility, right? So this is my critique of TRAC, and I want to say TRAC has some serious risks, okay? I'm willing to take on those risks in a theoretical portfolio, but you have to ask yourself, if you were to invest in something like this in a theoretical portfolio, would it give you outside theoretical gains, okay? Not financial advice or anything. Okay, so I say, and I wrote this wrong. Yeah, but what it do? No, what does TRAC do? Chainlink pays nodes participants. It's like a share in a company where is it like a share in a company where we get a percentage of profits of businesses using TRAC, right? Governance can't be the only thing. It has to represent property or ownership somehow. Just playing devil's advocate. So if you think about a share in a company, right, and you can get dividends, it represents voting, either minority or majority voting, stake or whatever. but it represents some type of ownership, right? It does something. So, you know, he talks about how is in this video, Benny the dev talks about how it's different than Chainlink, right? You don't use Chainlink. It's more of like a governance, and then you're going to get tap or pipe tokens airdrop to you, right? But what is the risk of TRAC? The risk of TRAC is it doesn't do anything, right? And that doesn't mean it's not going to go up. Look at MakerDAO. I don't think MakerDAO does anything, right? MakerDAO is a thing for DeFi on Ethereum with DAI tokens, which represent dollars, so on and so forth. So I'm not saying it has to do anything, but like what are we owning here, right? Is this ownership? Like if people build on top of TRAC, their programs, right? And they use it as like the graph, like a indexing thing. And they, you know, say you're building a metaverse game and you want to index characters, right? And if ordinals and NFTs or whatever, you have to index that somehow to find it, search it, whatever. If you own TRAC tokens, do you get a percentage of those profits like dividends? Like, what do these things actually do? So for me, that's a huge, huge risk, baby. And I like taking risks, baby. Okay? Okay? But honestly, I just wanted to bring that up about TRAC. It really, and for most cryptos in the crypto market, we really have to question, like, what are we buying here? Right? Okay? So the last thing I want to do is talk about the price. I'm actually very impressed with the TRAC price holding up in the face of that recent small little Bitcoin dump, right? So like if you see here, okay, we had a dump, we were all the way up at 363 and we dumped back to 234, okay? Now, we quickly went back to $3 and something. To me, that's showing strength. I could be wrong, right? I'm not a TA expert. I'm not a developer. I'm nothing. I'm just a guy on the internet that sometimes says cool things, okay? And you could be too, right? Man, how do I get a higher sub count? Anyway, like and subscribe below. So that's all I wanted to go through today. There's a lot of things, like this is early, like Unisat, straight Garbo selling. Stacks, I mean, it took it away. I don't even know what's going on with Stacks, bro. I can't even type in Stacks right into TradingView, okay? That's how much it's scrambling my brains like an egg, okay? Alex and Daiko, you know, honestly, if you're taking a chance on Stacks, might as well hyper beta it and buy Alex if Stacks is going to do nothing, right? I mean, I don't know. There's so many ways to cut this cookie. I have no idea. But this is my update for everything. You can call me Hunch. Get out there and have a good weekend. Barbecue some things that require barbecuing. And have a great day.